The Final Fantasy XIV FanFest keynote was amazing. Though I have to admit I had my doubts coming in, I'm now more hyped about the story than ever before. One of the reasons I'm so hyped is Vrtra. For those of you who may not know or may not remember, Vrtra is one of two dragons that are currently MIA from Midgardsormr's brood, and not much else is known about them. In fact, we didn't even have their names until the 2016 Encyclopedia Eorzea, and any additional information on them has kind of been non-existent. Lore lords and content creators have speculated in the past, but nothing concrete was ever established. I was super surprised when the brood came back into play in patch 5.5 Death Until Dawn, with the Warrior of Light seeking assistance from Tiamat and coaxing her from her self-imposed punishment. Until then, it felt like the whole story of the brood had fallen to the wayside to be one of those loose ends that never gets addressed, and I'm really hoping that this expansion will shed more light on it. Midgardsormr has been a part of our journey from the very beginning, and we still know so little about him and his pact with Hydaelyn as it relates to the grand scheme of things. Where did he and his brood come from outer space, and why was Omega chasing them? Who made Omega? What did he promise Hydaelyn he'd protect in Silvertear? And how does this all tie back to Zodiark and the Ascians? But as fascinating as those questions are, that's not why you're here. You're here to learn more about Vrtra. As I said before, sadly, we don't have any concrete information on him outside the fact that he was part of the original 7 known as the Brood. But what we can do is reference the mythology that Vrtra is based on and draw some conclusions. Let's start with the fact that this isn't the first time that Vrtra has made an appearance in a Final Fantasy game. In fact, Vrtra's first appearance was in the first Final Fantasy MMO, Final Fantasy XI. In 11, Vrtra had dark powers associated with dark magic and necromancy. Vrtra was able to summon undead and cast Bio-3, Dispelga, Blindga, and Sleepga, and while I don't think this version of Vrtra will have any dark magics, Yoshi and his team do like to give fan service by referencing other games in the Final Fantasy genre. Now, let's take a look at some external influences. In the Hindu legend, Vrtra, also known as the Enveloper, was a dragon or demon that blocked the rivers and caused a great drought. And while that doesn't seem to have any relevance to our Final Fantasy XIV story, it is convenient that Vrtra is appearing in the same expansion where we visit Thavnair and Razdahan, which both seem to be influenced by Indian and Hindu culture and religion. Speculations aside, we do know that Vrtra teams up with our favorite dragoon Estinien and joins in the fray for the Battle of the Source. I personally love seeing Estinien become more and more involved with the Brood, and hope that he continues to play a large part in their storyline as we learn more about them, because there is still so much to learn, including the location of our final dragon, Astaha, who still has many places he could be hiding on the Source if he's still here. So now's the time where you tell me what you think. As always, I want to know your thoughts about today's video. Do you think Vrtra will be tied to Thavnair as well? Or do you think he'll be called on by either Midgardsormr or Tiamat to rejoin the battle? Put in the comments below what you think, because I love hearing your theories. As always, thank you for watching, liking, and commenting on this video. Till next time, Eorzeans.